I am here to tell the world that my single highest honor in life is being put on the Donald Trump enemy list. Yes. Why he put me there, I have no idea, but I am there. After I tear down this big screen TV, and obviously I need to tear this TV down and get the copper. I'll probably get $6.66 worth of copper, and maybe I can buy a Big Mac with that. Yeah, because Donald Trump and Jared Kushner is holding up my stimulus check. See, that's the honor I get. That's the prize. When you're put on the Donald Trump enemies list, they hold up your stimulus check. So I'll have to tear down this big screen TV, and I think that, again, there's about $6.66 worth of copper in there, and I'll buy myself a Big Mac. And after I go through all this tear down, I'll go on another rant about Donald Trump at the end. So we got a Mitsubishi big screen TV here. We're going to tear it apart. This is going to be the tear down. Made in Mexico. Some of these were assembled in America back in the day, but this was 1999 there, 1999. I'm going to tear this bad boy apart. Maybe there's a Fresnel lens in here. First thing we're going to do is take all these screws out. 1, 2, 3, 4, all these screws. Take them all out first. First thing we do, I'll show you a picture of the front of it. It's a huge Mitsubishi. On a job like this, it's nice to have your little drill to take out the screws quickly. Make sure your battery's charged. Now we got all the screws out. It looks like it's got some sort of staples here. So we have to hammer out the side. So you can take a hammer and we're going to pry this apart. Go all the way down. All the way down there, we're just going to pry it out. Do the same thing here. See if we can get a good shot. Just going to put this in there, hammer it in, and pry the sides off. On these, you got to be careful you don't touch any tubes or cut the cord off. And this could be a nice pegboard. If somebody's looking for a nice pegboard, could be a homemade pegboard. This is what we're looking for. We're looking for the circuit boards. You got heat sinks, but be careful not to touch any of the capacitors or tubes. We're going to be getting into those tubes later. So let's go ahead and pry the sides off. We're going to go all the way up here, all the way to the top with a hammer and pry these sides off. Actually, it's pretty simple. As you can see, there's staples in here. The only thing holding this on here is staples. And we'll just get a hammer and continue to pound this out there. It's about ready to drop. At any moment it's ready to drop. Pretty simple. What we're looking for is those, we're going to salvage those lenses and the mirror. So there it is. It's not a whole lot to it. This piece here just pulls out. Now, some people find it easier just to use a little sledgehammer and just break everything. But it sort of does make a mess. There are some people who might be able to use these little pieces of wood, all these planks of particle board. Somebody might have a use for those. So it's up to you. Use the sledgehammer or do it the sophisticated way. This is what we're going for. This is all the stuff we're going for here. Okay, the rest of this video might be boring or tedious and you don't want to look at it, but I'll just tell you this is what the main piece is here. You see these anode tubes here? That's the copper. You got copper there in those tubes. That's what people are looking for, the copper. I'm going to get about $6.66 out of copper out of that, maybe buy me a Big Mac. But if you are interested in watching the whole full video on tearing this big screen TV down, go to my other channel, my other YouTube channel called Wrecka, the Ruins of America. And there I'll put the full video up. And there's some boring, tedious stuff on there. But hey, who knows? Maybe somebody wants to watch it. Good luck. Are you an enemy of the Trump regime? Well, don't expect a stimulus check anytime soon. Well, I know. Most of Trump/Kushner's enemy are in Congress, or they're millionaires or billionaires. So they don't really get a stimulus check like us po folk. They get billionaire bailouts. But anyhow, there are a few of us who made peanut money in 2019. You know, peanut money, 10, 12,000. I don't know how in the hell an American survives on $12,000, but that's what I made. Anyhow, I want to talk about today how our tax dollars, the American tax dollars, are going to persecute and punish American citizens. And Trump has gone so far to even persecute and punish veterans, ex-military men like myself. Yes. What's it been now? 3 months? No stimulus check. So what was it that the Trump regime said 3 months ago? Oh, the poorest Americans, you'll get your check first. Yeah, that's what the Trump regime said. If you're a poor American, and I think if you make $12,000 in 1 year, you definitely classify to be po. Yes, I am one of the po folks. And Trump said, the Trump regime, they went out of their way to say, yes, the poor people will get the checks first. Well, here it is. Just about everybody's gotten their check so far. Everybody. Pretty much everybody, except for the Trump enemies. I'm here to tell you that the American tax dollars are going to persecute and punish enemies of the Trump regime. You see, you got to go out of your way to pick out a certain Social Security number, to pick out my Social Security number, and to make a phone call to Munchkin, and then Munchkin has to call one of his executives in the Treasury Department. And how many phone calls have to be made? How much time do these public officials have to spend to pick out a Social Security number like mine and say, yes, hold that, guys, hold that up. We think he's a criminal or something. See, that's the cover story. Say that my congressman gave a shit, which they don't. My congressman doesn't give a shit about me. But let's pretend for 1 second that my congressman did care about me. And the congressman were to call Munchkin, the Treasury Secretary, and the congressman would say, hey, my constituent there, he's made $12,000 last year. He's poor. Why didn't he get a stimulus check yet? Munchkin would already have the cover story ready. Yes, we're aware of that man. Yes. He is on our list. We think he's a criminal, some kind of mob associate or something like that. The truth is, the only mob associates are Donald Trump and Jared Kushner and the rest of the 666 gang who live in Washington, D.C. And when they steal money in the billions. I'm talking B. Yes. How was it that Jared Kushner was able to sell his 666 building, which he paid too much for? How was he able to sell it to a foreign national country? Because no American wanted to pay him over $1 billion for his silly 666 building. It was overpriced. But lo and behold, the State Department puts a little pressure on a Middle East country, and before you know it, some hedge fund they control in Canada or South Africa or wherever offers to buy Jared Kushner, offers to bail him out with over $1 billion. How pathetic is that? Trump and the Kushners are stealing billions of dollars, billions and billions with a B. They're pushing trillion-dollar buttons. But an American, a poor American who served his country in the military, who only makes $12,000 peanut money, and they put a hold on the check. They persecute and literally single out an American citizen, put him on the Trump enemies list simply because I make a couple videos here and there telling the truth about Donald Trump. That's all I do is tell the truth about the man. I tell you, it's times like this I think about Paul Newman and his little quote, okay? Because it's the highest single honor that I have ever received being on the Trump enemies list. I wear it with a badge of honor. And they can take that piece of shit $1,200 and they can literally shove it up Donald Trump's ass. No, better yet, shove it up Jared Kushner's ass. Because I know he's got dimples on that son of a bitch. And oh, I'm sorry, this is a family show. You got to keep it clean. I wouldn't want any of those kids out there in high school to know how the Trump regime, or better yet, the whole United States of American government treats its ex-military veterans. No, we wouldn't want the kids to know how we're treated.